Hey guys, so I'm staying at this really nice resort like I've said, or I haven't said because I haven't decided what's going to be the intro to this video because I'm a total noob. And I'll show you a little bit. This is the porch view from our little balcony. I don't know why I said porch, balcony, blah, but the pool is right there, and we just took a nice walk in downtown. There's nothing to do but eat, and since I already ate a lot of amazing food at the brunch buffet, I didn't even have any awesome ice cream eats to show you. Sad. Like, ice cream is one of my favorite foods ever. So my topic that I wanted to kind of talk about was how I feel and how I deal with traveling, and that can be pretty stressful, I think, for a lot of us. Because with traveling, you're outside of your comfort zone. You don't have your normal gym or your normal routine in general. You don't have your kitchen. You don't have a bunch of food. These birds are going at it. Also, fun fact, not really fun, but I have a horrible fear of birds, and I don't know what that stemmed from. I'm just like, okay, anyway. So yeah, and I experienced that too, that kind of anxiety and angst when it comes to traveling, because I'm a very like routine person. I like my safe space, my apartment, or like my home, my bed, my everything. And especially, of course, there's a huge anxiety when it comes to eating. When I used to travel, and I didn't really have control of eating, I've struggled with binge eating for a long time. And I would just go crazy on vacation, and it wouldn't be go crazy and have fun with it. It would be go crazy and eat all these things and feel awful after every meal, and then just try to forget about it. So I would eat a ton for breakfast, and I'd be like, oh gosh, I feel so bad, and I'd just try to shut it out and forget about it. Then I'd do the same thing at lunch, and then eat a bunch once again, get super full and uncomfortable, and then maybe like try to take a nap and forget about it all. And then I would do it again and again and again, like dinner, dessert, next day. And I can't say that I'm 100%, you know, cured of all that. I think that a lot of times food is just such a comfort. It can be a coping mechanism, and honestly, food's just good, right? So, you know, I've worked really hard to try to just see food for food and just enjoy the food. And honestly, when you're allowing yourself to enjoy it versus feeling guilty the whole time you're eating, I think you can really not eat less, I don't know, but when you're mindful of the food and just allowing yourself to enjoy it, be like, this is good, I like this, so I'm gonna eat it, instead of, oh my god, you look at like a croissant or a dessert and you're like, oh my god, I want it so bad, and then you keep ignoring it because you're like, oh no, it's bad, I shouldn't eat that, and then you end up doing it anyway. You feel like crap afterwards. So I guess what I've tried to do is just embrace that food that I want, allow myself to have it, and kind of accept that I've eaten it. Does that make any sense? So the food part is definitely a struggle for, I think, a lot of us who try to maintain, you know, this fit, healthy lifestyle. But I've just become so much more flexible with the foods I allowed myself to eat compared to 2 years ago. Like, if I wanted to eat any like processed junk, I don't think it's junk now, like, gosh, no, I've changed a lot. But, you know, if I ever thought about the idea of donuts, it would just be like, oh god, no, like, I can't have that. And then I'd get a hold of it and eat like 5 of them. And now, you know, I can look at a dessert and just have a bite, or maybe like 10 bites, and it's fine. And it's not always perfect. You know, guilt is very common. It comes along with a lot of food, and it's common with everybody. Just because you've had an eating disorder or struggled, a lot of people still do that. Like my parents even, or parents' friends, or your classmates, stuff like that. They'll be like, oh, that's so bad for you. It's just, it's not our fault for perceiving it that way. We're not the only ones. So don't feel like you're crazy. You know, some of us, like myself, I took it to heart and much more intensely, and developed a really unhealthy relationship with food. Let's talk about another aspect of traveling that's hard. Not being in your perfect workout routine. And this has become really easy for me now, but gosh, even like less than a year ago, it was awful for me. Like, if they didn't have a gym, oh god, bad news. For me, I would be super upset and like make sure that I still had somewhere to go, and like I would pay to go to a separate gym and stuff, and I would just miss my old gym so much, and I'd have to stay on my schedule. And for me, obviously it's different because I don't prep and I don't do any of that stuff. I kind of just try to live a healthier, fitter kind of lifestyle. For this, you know, just a person trying to work out and be healthy, being so intense about that stuff, it can be really inhibiting, and I just say that from experience. You know, I'd miss out on meals with family or times or activity just because I wanted to go to the gym. And at the time, I obviously didn't care because the only priority I had was working out. But now I look back and it's like hard to admit, but I can't admit it now. It's like, oh gosh, like I was obviously tied up in some kind of, you know, really strict mentality that I had to do it. Like I had to burn calories, or I had to make gains, or I had to like have sore muscles and stuff just to be able to like eat. And I had to deserve that food. And so now what I do on vacations, if there's a gym, great. But also I've been able to break out into different types of physical activity, like even taking a walk. That's what me and my sister did after our huge brunch. And I admit, like after brunch, I was having kind of a hard time because I ate a lot, guys. Like white chocolate chip pancakes, mini Belgian waffles. They're so cute. They're like this little. They had a make your own omelet bar, a mini bagel with smoked salmon, and the list goes on and on and on. But I didn't binge. And I think it's actually pretty hard to distinguish if it's a binge or just eating a lot. And sometimes you just gotta forgive yourself and say, hey, when I'm on vacation or when I go out to a really good meal, it is okay to eat a bunch of food. It's not binging. It could be, but for me a binge is like when you cannot control yourself at all and you're not enjoying the food. You're really just eating whatever is around because you just want to stuff your face. Yeah, it might be something you're craving, but you just eat excess and excess of it until you cannot breathe and you don't even know what you're doing anymore. I kind of, when I would binge, I would enter into like a mindless state where I honestly didn't know what I was doing at one point. So I often will kind of say, oh man, I had like a binge. But you kind of got to step back and say, was it really? Is it kind of like what I used to do, or have I gotten better? Have I been able to get more control over my eating and my mental health and everything? And you have. I have. And I'm sure those of you who are working on your struggles with binging have improved, even if it's just by a little bit. And be proud of yourself for how far you've come. But those are the two main things that come to mind when I think about traveling, how hard that is with working out and eating. And I'd say just a quick tip is do the best you can and be happy about that with yourself, because you are trying the best you can. If you mess up, if you don't get your workout in, if you eat too much, you're still doing the best you can. It could have gotten a lot worse. You know, it could have been a much worse binge. You could have missed out on stuff because you were just struggling so hard. Imagine if you didn't get to hang out with your family because you just wanted to work out. You know, that's good. That's awesome that you got a chance to do something different, because you can work out every day when you're at home. You know, so just be proud of the other things that you've gained. If you're feeling crappy about missing something that's a part of your regimen, it's okay. Forgive yourself. Life will go on, and in a month, even next week or in the next few days, you'll forget about how crappy you felt today, about that moment where you messed up. So just keep in mind that everything is temporary. That's like my favorite thing to say and truly preach to myself. Everything is temporary, and you will move on, and things will always get better, and things may get worse. Things will always ebb and flow. So those are my little tips, and kind of like me just rambling on about things because I just have so much to talk about, because I'm really excited about this vlog. So if you have any other topics that you want me to talk about, just go ahead and comment and let me know, and I look forward to doing many more videos for you guys. Thanks.
I'ma change your life, I'ma change it. I'ma change your life. I'ma change your life, I'ma change it.